Okay, what's up everybody? This is SaiyanZ3 here to give you guys another video. Another video. Today we're going to be talking about One Piece, okay? And this is going to be sort of a controversial video. I'm going to be talking about my discontent, and my, well, what's the word I'm looking for? My underwhelming, sensations when I was reading the end of the Sabaody Archipelago arc. But to start this video off real quick, if you guys know of a good haircut that would fit on me, just comment below real quick, because my hair is getting too long. I mean, I love this bed hair. Like, it looks better when I take a shower. I haven't showered yet. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's kind of gross that I told you guys I did shower, but you know, I'm going to. So don't worry. I'm not a filthy motherfucker. All right. But yeah, if you guys know of a good haircut that you think would look good on me, you know, I'll do some side shots for you real quick. You know, get all the sexiness in there. If you guys know of a good hairstyle that will look good on me, don't hesitate to put it in the comments. But enough of that. Let's just get back to One Piece. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the end of the Sabaody Archipelago arc, and why I wasn't, why I wasn't satisfied with it. To start this video off, though, I think I should just go over a brief history of my history with the series One Piece. I started reading both One Piece and Naruto in the summer of my sophomore or freshman year. I'm pretty sure it was my sophomore year that I started this, or even my junior year. Now I think about it. But no, it wasn't my junior year. It was freshman or sophomore year. So around 2008, 2009. So it's been around 4 or 5 years since then. Yeah, and I've been reading it, on a weekly basis. And I started after the Skypiea arc because I was just watching the animes on Toonami at the time before it got canceled, and then I found the dubbed episodes online, and I was able to watch that. And I was able to read through, most of everything that I had missed. So back then it was after Skypiea, and I stopped. I specifically remember I stopped at the chapter where Jinbei summons those whales, when they were escaping Impel Down. Those whale sharks, I believe they're called. So yeah, he had just summoned them, and yeah, so Sabaody Archipelago had already passed since then. But one of the first things I want to talk about when it comes to Sabaody Archipelago is I'll go over a brief little synopsis. So basically, Luffy and Zoro have been dubbed, two of the supernovas, which are basically 11 pirates, rookie pirates that are going to be the future of piracy, and coincidentally enough, it's the name of the collab channel that I'm a part of. So shout out to them real quick. Check us out. So yeah, there's that, and Luffy punches this guy named Charlos, who is a world noble, and this causes the arrival of an admiral by the name of Kizaru, and the Straw Hat crew is no match for him, and they get decimated. The crew gets split up, and Luffy goes on this mini quest to go and save his brother Ace. I have problems with the end of this arc, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Okay, so basically, Bartholomew Kuma is the one that comes in and teleports them away, splits the crew up. Okay. When Bartholomew Kuma first showed up, and he was talking with Gecko Moria, one of Gecko Moria's henchmen, Perona, stood up to him, and he made her disappear. Now, we didn't know what the cause of that was initially, but when the rest of the Straw Hats faced him on Thriller Bark, he said something along the lines of that he's a paw man, and he can cause things to repel. So I would think, like, if you guys had an inkling of, like, comprehension, you would be able to think that, okay, because he can repel things, when he did that, he simply pushed her away. So at least for me personally, I wasn't too shocked to realize, like, okay, So that's what he did to Perona. You know what I mean? So now this got me thinking, like, okay, so this is what he does to Perona. Pushes them away because of this repel ability. We don't quite know what it does, but we know that it repels things. So when we get to Sabaody Archipelago, and Sentomaru says, Kuma, it is no. He says that Kuma can send you across. I believe it is the Grand Line, or not the Earth, but I might be mistaken. Sentomaru says you can send him across the Grand Line for 3 days straight. You can be flying for 3 days straight. This causes problems for me when Luffy starts crying, because I do not think that crying was warranted, and I do not think his what am I calling his what should I call it? What's the word I'm looking for? His destitute state, which basically means his decrepit state, his feeling down, his miserable state, when he's crying and stuff. I do not think that was warranted because he repelled them away. You see what I'm saying? See, Zoro and Luffy have beaten Enies Lobby, okay? They've beaten CP9, they've challenged the world government, they're the 11th supernovas, okay? And they have Robin, who is one of the most informed people in the One Piece universe that I've seen so far. So when you take these, I guess you could say 4 things into account, does this warrant Luffy to cry when he realizes his pirate crew has just been pushed away? And not on top of all of that, Sentomaru had already confirmed that this was his ability. This does not make any sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would Luffy cry over the fact that his crew has been split up when Sentomaru already confirmed it? He is one of the big name pirates, at least on the Grand Line right now. He's being dubbed by the world government. He's challenged the world government. He's done all these outrageous things. And yet he is crying over the fact that his crew has been split up over the Grand Line. And 2 of them have extremely high bounties, in Zoro and Robin. And Zoro is a supernova, and Sanji's, part of your monster trio. They didn't die, they didn't vanish forever, they were simply split up. You would think that because he's part of the Straw Hat crew who challenged the world, you would not cry over the fact that they were just split over the Grand Line. You'd be able to find them. You could use the newspaper, considering that these are your crew members. So yeah, I was not satisfied with the crying part on Luffy's part. Okay, I don't think that was justifiable, and I don't think that it was warranted. I didn't think that it was necessary. I thought Oda was just trying to pander to us a little too much. I thought that was bad writing on his part, just for Luffy to cry over the fact that they had been separated and not actually killed, when Sentomaru had already said that they weren't killed. And considering what the Luffy and Zoro, and not just those 2, but the rest of the Straw Hats had done before, with the Enies Lobby arc, breaking out, Impel Down comes later, so that doesn't count, but yeah, challenging the world government, being dubbed the supernovas, beating Gekko Moria, who's a warlord, beating Crocodile, who's a warlord, beating the best man in the East Blue in Don Krieg. All these accomplishments should not warrant you to cry over the fact that your crew has been split up. So that's one criticism of it from me. Another thing that I had a problem with was the whole thing with Kuma being given the defeat. I don't think Kuma defeated the crew, okay? I talked with my boy Mugiwara Mappy about this. Shout out to him real quick. Check out his channel. Knows a lot of One Piece. That's my boy, okay? I was talking to him about this, okay? Kuma, right? Sorry, ignore that, okay, actually, no, I got you. Okay. Yeah, that was my phone ringing, but Kuma was given credit for quote unquote defeating the Straw Hats the day the Straw Hat crew was absolutely defeated. this doesn't make sense to me, because on one hand, it wasn't just Kuma who did the defeat. It was Kizaru and the pacifistas and Sentomaru who had damaged them in the first place. All Kuma did was just come in and clean up the mess. He didn't Earth shock anybody. He didn't, damage anybody. All he did was just simply use his repel ability to separate them. So how is that a defeat? See, if that's what's considered a defeat on Kuma's part, what's going to stop him from quote-unquote defeating the Straw Hat crew in the New World now? You see what I'm saying? See, all he would have to do is quote-unquote just use that push ability to quote-unquote defeat them. It's not a defeat in my eyes. A defeat is something like Luffy beating the shit out of Crocodile, like Luffy beating the shit out of Gecko Moria, or beating the shit out of Caesar Clown, or Zoro beating both Mr. One and Ryuma. Not just simply teleporting them away. That is not a win in my opinion. Okay? And yeah, I mean, see, he didn't defeat them. I mean, I don't understand how pushing someone to a different location is defeating them. Why he was given that defeat. Now, of course, we realize that he wasn't trying to beat them. He actually saved them, because it gave them the 2 years to train and to get better as pirates and better in their roles. But still, giving the defeat. But still, for Oda to say that this was the day that the Straw Hats were absolutely defeated. I mean, if this was the day that they were defeated, that the Straw Hats were defeated, how is this going to be a quote unquote win on Kuma's part when they fight again in the what's it called, in the New World? All he would have to do is just use the push ability. I mean, going by that logic, he would be the best character, the strongest character in One Piece. And we all know that that's not true. I mean, it's Goldie Roger, Whitebeard, something along those lines, Blackbeard, Gorosei. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. And to bring my boy Mugiwara back into this, he was saying that the defeat wasn't so much physical. It was more of a mental defeat. It was a morale breaking defeat. And then I somewhat agree with that. But then again, I'll pose the same question again. When does breaking up the crew of a crew? When does the breaking up of a crew, and that to a very good crew who has done outrageous things, warrant the crying of its captain? That should never happen. You have an intelligent person in Robin who's informing you about the world news, who is doing all this, so you should expect to see them again, considering considering the crew members are that good. I don't get the fact that he was too weak. He wasn't fast enough. I'll give him that. Maybe he wasn't strong enough, to hurt him. But all he did was just push them away. Now, on the other hand, of course, Luffy, it gave Luffy, made him realize his limitations, that, yeah, okay, I'm going to have to get better. But he shouldn't have to cry over that. I didn't see the need to cry, I would have preferred it if Luffy would have been a little more like Yusuke and Gon and Goku, in the fact that he acknowledged his limit. I don't think that him crying was warranted. I really don't think it was. I don't think it was. Was it good for Luffy's development? Perhaps, but that crying thing, there was no need for him to cry, in my opinion. I mean, it didn't bring down his character, but it certainly is one of the things that separate him from. Okay, he's a good character, but I don't think the crying, there was no need for it. It's almost like it's not needed. It wasn't needed. So, I think that's all. Maybe I think that's all I really need to say about this. Yeah, I mean, there's no need to cry over your crew being split up, over the fact that you had done all these outrageous things. You have good crew members. It's almost like he doesn't have faith in his crew members. You know what I mean? Which would go against his whole character, in my opinion. But yeah, I think I'm done. 15-minute video. Going through these long ass videos, I don't know why, but yeah, this is my Sabaody Archipelago. Why I wasn't so content with the thing. Why I felt the character development was a little forced on Oda's part. And yeah, I think that's all I need to say about it. So I'll be making a character depth of DBZ video. I think I'll be talking about the character depth of Goku, which I think I might want to do after this. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace, guys.